About portfolio recovery versus Nathaniel Bard.
This is Brecken's fault.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mimi Kalish, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Salish and Mr. Bard, looks like you're there too. Are you there?
Yeah, I hope so. Try to figure out this computer stuff is Chinese to me. I'm not technology smart.
You're doing, I think I mentioned, you're doing a lot better than most here. So, this is set for a motion for summary disposition today. Have the two of you talked at all?
No, I've never talked to this person. I've sent out some information about signed contracts with this company and what the sign off was, because I know the Ally signed this off and wrote this off back in 2024. And this company, this collection company, decided to buy it up pennies on the dollar. Never told me what they paid for it. And been blowing up my phone 2 or 3 times a day about wanting to.
I'm inclined to proceed.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know. We could talk or figure something out. I don't know. I'm not up to it. So.
Maybe it would help if you talk for him for a minute. Any possibility?
I mean, everything that's been represented is not the case. So,
well, yeah, I think he's
I got copies of everything that they sent to me in a letter that when I filed with you guys on a request of contract, and the contract was never sent to me that I signed for this collection. That was a request that I asked. And they sent me copies of all the receipts and a standard thing saying I'm liable because they pick up. I got a packet that's over a ½ inch thick. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't used that. I guess
for both your sakes, I don't want to waste time either. If it would be helpful, I'll let both of you talk. If not, we'll just, quite frankly, proceed.
I'm prepared to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Bard wants to talk, so.
Mr. Bard, did you file a response to the motion for summary
Mimi's all out of bubble gum over there.
Disposition? I have an answer that you filed, but did you file a response to that motion?
Yes, I think I did. Me and my girlfriend sat down and wrote some stuff out as much as I can understand what was going on with the questions. Some of I had to Google, some of I've never been through this, so I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Well, I've got what on one of our scale forms, an answer that you filed. You have that. Was there also some other response for the motion that's up for today? I don't see one in here, so why I'm asking.
Well, I didn't know. I filed for you guys excuse me because I have a closed head injury.
That's okay.
I apologize for my auto accident here. So I got some paperwork in the mail months ago, and I needed to apply to some questions, and I sent it back into the court, and they gave me a court date. And then when I applied for that stuff or filed for that stuff for you guys or answered the questions, I had my computer reach out for some of these 5 questions about, I got the name and address of the original creditor. I got stuff, but I asked for a copy of the original contract and agreement for bearing of my signature. And I never got anything like that. I got a copy. I got literally a big packet of just repeating receipts and payments that I've paid and a mumbo jumbo in the back. And then a big file that was basically a copy, fill, paste that probably goes up to everybody that's ever had.
Okay, I haven't seen this, but I already feel bad for this guy. Like the fact that you're making payments, you're affirming the debt. I get it. What he represented to the court made sense. He's kind of likable. I mean, he does have some issues. Like, a closed head injury. I don't know. Like, my point is he's more likable than usual, but it looks like he's going down in flames.
I had to do this about saying that they picked up a contract or they pick up this, and this. I'm not a legal person. I apologize that I'm not making any sense, but nobody's ever talked to me about a settlement price. They just said, well, it's $1,800 plus court costs, which is $2,000. Where's that paperwork at? I know this was charged off back in 2024, and somebody picked it back up for pennies on the dollar. The creditor did, and now they're asking for $2,000.
Okay, and I do have the bill. I think what you're referring to, I do have a bill of sales dated May 20th, 2024.
Yeah, if I'm reading that right. I mean, I got a lot of this stuff doesn't make any sense to me. I read a lot of it, and it's just repeated.
Yeah, I understand. A lot of those. See, there's also an affidavit of count stated. It looks like
The codes and a bunch of
Some
7606, and then it was 2014 86. But if a bank or a credit card buys or sells off a creditor, or sells it off, or not sells it off, or writes it off to their taxes or whatever, and then another creditor comes in and buys it for pennies on the dollar, where do I sign a contract owing the money for the creditor?
I can't give you legal advice. I'm just going to follow what the law is, and that's what I
know
can't
that.
give you
I understand
advice
you
on.
can't give me legal advice. I'm just confused. And nobody said, they're just like, well, just pay this. Nothing like, well, let's settle with this.
The law in Illinois is if your claim sounds in contract, you need to attach the contract to the complaint. But all this other stuff, I just wouldn't do. I would just move to dismiss it and say, look, they haven't attached the contract. I would not say another word.
This or settle with that, and nobody and they blow up my phone constantly.
Yeah, no, I understand, Mr. Brad, but here's the thing, and as you're talking, I'm going through the motion that's set for today with all the documents that have been attached, which is what you're explaining as well. The original debt, and I just lost it here, was 18.
Yeah, I see the 187606.
Yep, something like that, somewhere in there.
Because when I filed this stuff with you up at the 67th District Court in Flushing, and they gave me the court date, they stapled everything together. I had another piece of paper that I sent out with them. They sent that back with me because there was a bunch of questions that I wanted from them and copies from the creditor.
I know, but it's got to be in proper form too. So my staff wouldn't know what you provided.
Yeah, if you're, dude, what you want to say is they haven't made their case. You don't want to get into a discovery exchange with them, but if you do get into a discovery exchange, do it right. You gotta ask the questions in a proper form and file it at the proper time.
Got to be in. I hate to do this, but it's got it. I know it, and that's the issue, because in fact, I see what you got. It says, please provide the following, and there's like 5 which you just described.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be an motion provided to the plaintiff.
I sent a copy to them because they sent a copy back to me.
Yeah, I see that in your answer, but it's not really. Not in the right format, so
I didn't know that. I know. I just, when I filed this stuff with the courts and I handed her a copy, she says, I'll put it in with the file and send it out to them. And when they send me a file,
like, I get it. It's easier to say. It's easy to say he needs an attorney, and he does need an attorney. However, an attorney would cost a lot more than they're asking. That's the practicality here.
They sent that back to me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who sent it. When you say sent back, I don't know if it was through our court or whether it was through
the plaintiff sent me a packet.
Oh, I see.
A repeating information. So they got my stuff that I filed with you guys, and then you guys sent it out to them. Well, when they gave me the stuff that I needed, there was no contract signed in there. It was literally just a repeat of paperwork. I wish I could just show you the packet because I got it behind me on the desk. on a table.
Yeah, but you're sitting here admitting the existence of said contract with your ramblings. You need to shut your hole and say, prove it.
It just repeated of all, hey, well, you paid this, this is what the credit is, this, and it just
Yeah,
added
sure.
up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm explaining it right. I apologize.
No, I know what you're talking
I'm
about. Yeah, you're
upset.
talking about the statements that you got on a
Yes, that's
monthly basis.
probably what it was, the statements.
Yeah.
And then they sent me another thing that was basically a copy and fill of standard whatever they have in a file. They just fill in the blanks. And none of it made any sense.
Ms. Kalish, I guess help me out a little bit. Part of the, I guess he hasn't filed a response. That let's just start there. So I understand that you've got your motion up today. It's a C9 and C10 motion, if I remember right.
And
So
I
what did you
filed
just-
everything right, but evidently I didn't.
Yep. As a matter of law, that's all that mattered to the judge. That's all the judge heard. Okay, so you didn't file a response. They filed a motion and you didn't file a response. That's where we are.
Well, I know, but I got to hear from her too. Ms. Kalish, is it a MCR 2.116 C9, C10? I got to
Yeah.
find it.
And it's
Yep, here it
Kayla.
is. C9 and C10. Yeah.
It's Kayla. My name is.
Oh, Kalis,
Kayla.
I'm sorry.
That's okay,
Kayla's-
Judge.
I'm sorry. I see all the
I'd like
documents.
an opportunity to speak if I could.
Yep, and I just got a question for you, and I'll give you a chance to go through it for me. The only one that's got some validity to it is the contract with a signature on it. I guess that's what I need you to argue more than anything else. You know, the original credit card agreement. So,
So,
If you could-
Your Honor, I think as Your Honor understands, that use of the credit card, which the statements reflect, several purchases as well as voluntary payments under case law in Michigan supplants the need for a signed writing. Using the card, making voluntary payments on the card indicates that the card holder has assented to the terms and conditions of the extension of credit, and he's enjoyed the extension of credit and has used it over a matter of months and years and made
I haven't used
several
it over
payments.
months,
And
years, just a couple
sir,
months.
sir, hold on. Let's hear your chance here. Go ahead.
at local businesses and gas stations and various purchases for goods and services. As far as the assignment, this contract is freely assignable. We've attached all the appropriate assignment documentation as well as it's page 64 of our 74-page motion and exhibits is a written correspondence to Mr. Bard dated May 20th, 2024 that notifies him specifically that this Ally credit card ending in 1227 was sold and assigned to Portfolio Recovery on or about May 20th, 2024. It gives the balance as 186706. Gives the date that the account was opened, which was December 12th, 2022. The date it was transferred, sold and assigned to my client, which was May 20th, 2024, and provides the name and address of the assignee, Portfolio Recovery Associates, and a phone number and website. Notwithstanding that and the affidavit. So in some cases, I can't always sufficiently connect the dots between the original creditor and the assignee. In this instance, we have the assignment documents. We have the letter that was sent to the defendant informing him that his specific case, his specific account was sold and assigned. And I believe we've satisfied the threshold needed for a dispositive judgment as a matter of law. especially in view of the fact that no written response was filed. I do appreciate the fact that Mr. Bard is representing himself, but as the court knows, he is held to the same standards as if he were an attorney, and it's incumbent on him to follow the court rule and look it up or seek free legal aid if that's available in your county. But in this instance, we've shown several statements showing frequent use of the card.
Thank you. Leslie helped me with a little extra IT help, and it seems to be working. This is partly a test stream as well, but it seems to be working better and less glitchy than all of them have lately.
Voluntary payments on the card and the assignment documentation. So in the absence of a valid defense and no issues of material fact for the trier of fact to decide, I think the motion is appropriate and should be granted at this.
There's no trier of fact. It's a there's no factual dispute here. That's the basis of your motion. That's kind of silly, but okay.
Time.
I don't agree with it because I haven't had a signed contract. Just because they get a credit card that gets over and you say I used it for years, which I haven't had it for years, or I used it, is a signed contract. It was a signed contract with Ally, not the collecting agency. Now, if somebody bought a contract that's pennies on the...
Yeah, that's allowed, my man. That's allowed. That's why you just need to respond to the motion, and you need to raise the contract issue, and then not provide the fact that you're making payments on it to the court before you even start.
Dollar that you guys do all the time, which is fine, whatever. And I asked for a signed contract for you guys where I agree to pay you guys versus Ally. I owe the money for Ally, that's fine, but they paid it off. They wrote it off on whatever they wrote it off on. I'm not an attorney. I don't look at this stuff and say, oh, I got to do this, this, and this. When I got a packet in the mail the first time from, I think it was the courts, I literally had to try to Google what the questions were because the questions weren't out understanding. When I turn around and asked for copies of these 5 questions right here, you guys sent me a packet of stuff that I have no idea. It's all Chinese. You're expecting me to sit down and read law when I don't have any college degree to understand the law?
No, they expect you to be confused and mow you over in court like they're doing right now.
Or who I need to contact? None of this ever makes any sense. You guys send out a packet that's just repeated of, oh, it's this receipt, that receipt, document, statements, or whatever they are. And then you...
Oh, my man. This isn't your attorney. This is an attorney hired to get money from you, not to help you. I like this freeze frame. I think Alana Austin has it all figured out right now as we go through this.
You had a packet saying that you bought this on this time and that time, but it was charged off from Ally. So you're asking full payment of this with no negotiation on anything. I don't understand what questions. I literally looked through the pack 5 or 6 times, and then this morning at 7:30, 8 o'clock, I've been looking through the pack to gather up some paperwork, and there was nothing in there that says, can you please ask or fill out these questions and send it back to the attorney or the creditor, whoever I had to send it back to. Hell, I didn't even understand the packet that I got from the 67th District Court. I'm sorry. I don't.
Yeah, Mr. Bard, but I'm not going to belabor the point.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sucks to be you. I feel bad for him. I really do. And what he's saying makes sense, but that's why that's what you're dealing with. You know, that's what you're dealing with in court.
You know, and I'm not pointing fingers, but I mean, I got to follow the law for everybody. You're representing yourself. Had a chance to have an attorney involved or whatever.
I could afford an attorney. I just pay this off.
I understand. Either could not afford one or decided not to, whatever the reason is, you're here by yourself and I've got to follow the rules.
Hmm?
fair manner for everybody. Do you find that this motion is filed pursuant to MCR 2.116C9, C10? There is a significant, and Mr. Barr's right, there is a significant amount of documentation that's been attached to the motion. For the record's sake, there's been no response to the motion for summary disposition today. All the attached documents, there is, in particular, I don't usually get this either. I've got a back page of the bill of sales, also showing Ally Bank and portfolio recovery signatures on that, as Ally Bank being the seller, purchaser being portfolio recovery. There was also a notice, I see notice that was sent out, notification of assignment from Ally Bank to portfolio recovery that was also sent to Mr. Bard, which is, I have to say, sometimes missing out of these motions. There's bill of sale attached, the attached documents for individual billings that were sent to Mr. Bard all have the same address, 9460 McPhee Road, same address that Mr. Bard has used today. That's all consistent, showing use of the card, showing payments that were made throughout a period of time. Based upon the totality of all the documentation and the answer, the complaint itself, you find there's no genuine issue of material fact pursuant to MCR 2.116C9 and C10, based 9 being based on the pleadings, 10 being based on the pleadings and all the attached documents, no genuine issue of material fact. Grant motion to plaintiff for an amount of $1,867.06. Plus court costs $147.80 for a total of $2,014.86. Judgment for plaintiff in that amount.
So do I pay you or them?
Well, it's going to be to portfolio, but I'm not sure how that gets handled.
Payable
Awesome.
to
There was
Stillman
just
Law
no,
Office.
there's no, I don't even know, try to say.
You don't pay the court. You pay the people who have the judgment. You know, there's some free legal advice for you.
The words, I apologize.
Yeah.
I got a massive closed head injury. I can't think.
Sure. Well, you can, I'm sorry.
No, it's got to happen now. It's got to happen.
Health is in jeopardy right now.
What's that?
I have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
and what's been going on
Very
is
stressful.
I'm bleeding inside, man.
Who does he get a hold of? I assume he still gets a
Stillman
hold of you
Law
guys,
Office.
doesn't he? Yeah.
I'm not paying all this at one time.
No,
Sir, you can, that's something for outside of here, whatever that is. I'm ordering that this month is owed, okay?
does the court have the order that was included?
In fact, I was gonna say, I've
Okay.
got an order. I've signed that order. And we'll send a copy of that to everybody,
Very
okay?
good. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, all right. Good luck
Where
to
was the
everybody.
question?
You
Good luck,
can
Mr.
call our
Bard.
office and make a payment arrangement. Not all judgments are collectible. If you have the ability to pay, we'll gladly take payments. You can
I don't know
always
how to get a hold
petition
of
the court for payments.
I'm sorry, what? You
You
said go to
can-
the court?
You can ask the court for a payment plan that would spare you from having wages garnished. You can make payments, not make payments. Some judgments are not collectible. But
I
you
don't
do
understand
that
what
through
a
our
judgment
office.
is not collectible when he just turned around and said it was collectible.
Sir, I didn't take any position whether it was collective or not, just that the
Oh.
debt's owed, okay?
Right. If
You
you have the
honestly,
ability to
best,
pay and make payments, you can call our office and make those arrangements.
How do I get a hold of you?
our numbers on all the pleadings, Stillman Law Office.
Okay.
Do
Okay,
you want,
Just don't get a hold of them. Then they'll have to file a citation to discover assets, and then drag you into court and spend more time, and make it painful for them. Then they'll take less.
I can give it to you. I've got it right in front of me. Just happen to have it right here if you need it. Do you want it?
I think I got it. Yeah, just
Sure.
give it to me if you can.
Sure. 248-851-6000.
Is there an
6000.
extension number or anything? I
you
need
can
to.
just ask for the collections department and they can walk you through some options.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank
Right,
you,
you're
Mr. Barr.
welcome. Good luck to both of you. Okay.
Good luck.
All right. Yep. Bye now. It's very good luck.
Okay, that hurts my soul. That hurts my soul. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel bad for him. He doesn't have it. If I would have known, I could have gotten rid of this for $500 at most. With a phone call. Because if they crossed me, I'd make their life a living hell. They would eat more than that $1,500, I assure you. If they made me make 2 phone calls, they would feel the pain.
I'm going to start with Shane Reed.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure you've got a no disability or parking no disability placard or plate citation. What were you wanting to do on that?
The judge on the last hearing said that since I was moving out of state for my job, I'm working in Idaho and Arizona. I just wanted to see if I could request another 45-day extension. She said she would grant me one more of those because I'm having a hard time with the state of Oklahoma. They approved me for the placard, but they have to get the signature from the doctor, and he's on vacation. And he's actually in Amarillo, Texas, but we can't get a hold of him. They sent him the email, and also they tried calling him 3 times. They did verify that that I was on Eliquis, and they did verify that was as of the diagnosis was as of July 2023. They're just waiting to get a hold of him, and they're having a hard time. He works for Northwest Healthcare.
So are you telling me you didn't have a placard or was it expired?
I never had one.
Well, then you
First of all, we got Judge Mom. Second of all, we got a guy who can't work the adjustment on his green screen, so his head pops on and off. I can't even listen to what the hell he's saying. Something about I'm taking drugs. I don't care. The whole thing's absurd.
still weren't supposed to park there. You had to have a placard.
I
So
wasn't told-
sometimes we reset these for people if their placard expired, but you didn't have a placard. So
Yeah.
you shouldn't have been parking there unless you had a placard.
Right. But I didn't feel well at all. Like it's hard for me to walk.
I understand that, Mr. Reed, but you didn't have a placard. So you didn't qualify.
Do this today, Your Honor. My health is in jeopardy right now.
What's that?
I have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
and what's been going on,
Very stressful.
I'm bleeding inside, man.
For compliance dismissal because you didn't have a placard. So,
Right.
so I appreciate Judge Ratliff or Judge Cates, whoever let you reset this, but regardless of
Translation: why the hell did they let you reset this? You don't have an argument.
unfortunately your situation, you didn't have a placard, so you did not qualify to park there.
Right.
So the
You lose. You are awarded 0 points. Take your whooping. Get your face on screen so I can see your expression when I give you your whooping.
minimum is $500. The ticket's $549. You're welcome to set up for trial or just set up a payment.
The judge had said since I had a really serious medical condition that she would go ahead and consider it if I got approved. Her exact verbiage was, as long as I got
He
approved
does,
for it,
for
that she would
sure.
go ahead and erase it. Since I did live out of state and I didn't understand the rules of having to park in one of those spots.
That's the rules everywhere, sir. There should be the rule. We just have people that enforce it here because we have so many people that park in handicap parking spots, unlike yourself, who probably did have a good reason to park there. But the rule, I mean, it's a really strict law. That's why the minimum fine is $500.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Yeah, you see, you make a good argument that you would be qualified to get the placard to park there, but you didn't have the effing placard. That's not how it works.
so you're welcome to set it for trial or set up a payment.
No extensions will be approved.
If you come back, I'm going to be the person who handles this docket next time. If you come back next time and you have a doctor's note or something else, because I see you've submitted some things, I'm still going to tell you, you didn't have a placard at the time. You still didn't qualify to park there. Those parking spots are very specific on the law. The law says you have to
You're going to lose. You should lose, and you're going to lose.
have that. I think it's called an ISA certified placard to park there. I'm
Yes, ma'am.
very sorry, and I'm sorry about your medical condition, but you know, if you're in New Mexico, we get people from New Mexico and Oklahoma all the time, and they show us their placard. So
Yes, ma'am.
you had to go through those steps. So now in the future, you'll have your placard. And even if you get a ticket in the future, once you get your placard, if you get a ticket in the future because you forgot to hang your placard that day, which that happens, we'll go, oh, Mr. Reed, go get, you know, bring us a copy of your placard and your driver's license, and we'll happily look at that case for dismissal. But you don't qualify, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, what type of payment plan can you set up for me?
Sure, it's a $549 ticket. So you can plead guilty or no contest. Which one do you want to do?
Which one do you recommend?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
What are the differences between the two?
No difference for you. It's the ultimate finding will be that I find you guilty.
Okay, then that's fine. I guess just plead guilty then.
Okay, so it's
Good, good call, Shane. Good call.
$549. And are you working?
Yes.
Okay. And how often do you get paid?
Every 15 days, twice a month.
Okay, so semi-monthly?
Yes.
Okay, so like the 1st and the 15th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so is your next payday on Friday, the 1st?
No, because I just started this job. They just transferred me. So it's like, that's why I was asking, if I could get an extension.
So it'll be so it'll be on August 15th. Is that your next payday?
Yes.
And how much are you making?
It's like 1,200 every 2 weeks or every 15 days.
Okay, I'm gonna have you pay $50 every 2 weeks, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Or every 15 days. So it's gonna be $50 semi-monthly beginning 8/15 of 25. I'm finding you guilty. I'm assessing the $549 fine and court cost. I am going to send you a payment plan information. Do you want that by mail or by email?
By email, please.
Okay, by email.
You're on.
Okay.
Your
Yes,
Honor,
go ahead.
Am I able to pay that online?
100%.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and I'm really sorry about that your expectation, and I was not able to fulfill your expectation, but the law is really strict on that. You do have to get that disability placard. So I will actually, I think I know which judge you talked to. I will talk to her about that, and so that we make sure our communication is better with people. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reed. We are going to email you all that information. When you get the information from the clerk, make sure you fill it all out and send it all back, okay?
Okay,
Your
thank you.
first $50 payment is due August 15th. Don't forget the actual total is going to be I think 64, because there's going to be a $15 time payment fee.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mini-Me. Thanks for all the joy you brought us with that horrific appearance.
You're free to leave.
God bless you. There you have it. Just a quickie. It looks like we got all the way through the stream. It does look like it's working better. I had two things. I had my IT guy working on it, and then Leslie gave me a couple of hints that I think also helped. I don't know what worked, but it seems to have worked. And I've got flamingos on my shirt. Somebody sent me this. I don't know who. Will you fess up and tell me who sent this to me? It was a while ago. I think I got it, and it was like cold. Oh man. It's blurry now. Screw this. I quit. Thanks for coming out.